Hello, my name is Holly Mandel, and I am the founder and CEO of Emergence, which is a corporate improv company. Our goal is to create yes and companies out there that are powered by positivity, creativity, collaboration.
Heck yeah. And I'm Sarah Hicks. I'm the director of corporate events. And Holly and I work with companies all across the gamut, from startups to like Fortune 500 huge companies.
We thought to make these videos to help people understand all the ways that improv can help companies, because I think there's a misconception out there that improv is just for comedy or just for performers. We've been doing this now for decades, and we can tell you that is not the case. There are some workshops that invite, I think, companies to explore more theatrical ways of being, maybe for fun or to develop other skills. This is not that. We come into your company, we bring improv. It is catered and tailored to fit a corporate setting. No one does anything weird or uncomfortable, and yet we do stretch comfort zones and we allow people to grow and develop. But it's in a way that I don't think will make anyone feel super strange. Would you say that's true, Sarah?
Yes, I think that's very true. I always put it, they're very fun, but I always call it the putting the kale inside the brownie technique of like you're having fun and you're learning, but you're also learning a lot at the same time.
Totally. Totally. So what we'd like to do also is take an article or a book or something that happened recently and use that to focus on. So I found an article that I thought was really interesting. I'm a big fan of Fast Company. And there is an article that is from, I think it's the 23rd of May, and it is called Why Your Leadership Team Needs Creatives, Not Just Strategists. These
Hmm.
kinds of headlines always jazz us up because I think also we are seeing a shift in how businesses run. It's been happening over the last decade or two, and the old management styles really aren't quite cutting the mustard, so to speak. But all these new skills are being required, and I think for a group of people that can be very intimidating or confusing.
Yeah, I just like that the people that are um, more creative are getting their run at things because we've been looking at it forever and being like, oh my goodness, if you just shut down this and then opened up your like experience to see and feel how
Yeah.
everything's going, then I'm so glad that it's moving in this direction.
Yes, me too. One of the things that I feel it would be great to share our experience, and again, we've been doing this for over 20 years, like Sarah said, with all different types of companies. And I would say, regardless, I've not met a company that can't tap into creativity. Even the person who feels that their job is black and white and there's no gray and there's no room for innovation or creativity, even that person benefits from tapping into creativity. And so I think what we could do is maybe spend a second sharing examples of times where we've noticed that. Improv unlocks creativity. Creativity isn't just painting, it's not just sculpting, not just singing. Creativity is a way of thinking, and it's maybe synonymous with out of the box thinking, which is a popular phrase. But what does that actually mean? I think it means thinking in new ways, innovation. Creativity is A doesn't always equal B. A might equal a grapefruit. What does that mean? I don't know, but we'd figure it out.
Yeah, and I mean it's creativity is it's creating. It's like having like what can you do when there is nothing there or something broken there? And what can you do to create something new or a new way of doing something? And I think improv and the skills and the tools that it gives you lets you open your brain in new ways so that you're not always doing the black and white. You're not always doing this. It like you're letting your little markers and cues from everything around you help you build a new reality.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So, there were a couple things in the article that really spoke to this. It was saying that in uncertain times or when solutions are needed, creative leaders, I like this quote, transcend problem solving. So creative leaders transcend problem solving. And one of the things that we often see in our workshops is the idea that the highest level of awareness you can get is solving a problem. But solving a problem doesn't really create something new. It can eventually lead to that. But really, it's like, okay, what happens after you've kind of solved all the problems? Or maybe how you've been solving problems is the same each and every time, and there's not been a new way, an innovative way. And so creative leaders tend to be able to step back and go, okay, one way that I've heard it described, which I think is perfect, is instead of it being a problem, it's an opportunity. And that's a perspective
Mhm.
shift, right? Because I think we see a lot of times people come in with this awareness that Sarah was talking about. It's very black and white. It's very right, wrong. It's kind of it's called a lower mindset because it requires less energy and it's really looking for problems and how to quickly solve them. And when you get into the higher part of the brain, more bandwidth, it's a very creative part of the brain. It's actually where you improvise from. So tapping into that mindset then allows you to have multiple perspectives on a situation. It gives you, you have enough energy in your mind to play with options and go, hey, these three options are great. Which one might be best? Let's try it.
Yeah, and it's also it allows you to take in because they also talk about like diversifying the people that you're working with. Like it allows you to be like, we've done it my way every single time. What does the group think? And if all of the group is functioning in this way that you're saying, Holly, then everybody is going to have a million different kinds of solutions or ideas that can make it work. So it kind of like opens up that can of worms too. Like everybody else is like also jazzed about it and excited and not just going, oh, well, Bob's the leader. He's going to fix it again.
Right, right. And can of worms, you mean, I know in a good way, the
Yes.
magic can of worms. Um, and I like what you said too, because, oh gosh, I'm forgetting what you just said that I really liked. Oh,
Opening up to people, maybe.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Because I think if you're used to doing the same thing every time, or the two options that you feel, well, we better not experiment now. Um, what creative people, and again, that's not artists, that's everyone, creative people are comfortable in the unknown and in the ambiguous and in the uncertain. As a matter of fact, for real change to happen, it has to be an unstable foundation. When stability is overly emphasized and it is the only thing you're going for, to create change is almost impossible. But when things just get a little looser and you're like, well, I don't know, maybe, and you invite that curiosity, you invite that openness, suddenly you have the conditions for creativity to take hold, which allows you to kind of handle the ambiguity. You don't see ambiguity as like, oh no, I don't know which way to go. You see ambiguity as like, ooh, new possibilities are here.
And how are you seeing when you're doing your workshops? How are you seeing the either maybe lack of creativity or if people have like kind of like a stop put in where they're not letting themselves be as creative? Maybe they're going to get it wrong. Maybe they want to be perfect. I feel like that's something that we come across a lot, especially because we're teaching them something new. So that might be like, I can't
Exactly.
do it. I'm scared. I'm so scared that I have to get it perfect.
Yeah, both Sarah and I have taught improv in sort of standard improv schools where people come to learn improv mainly for performing and creativity. And really, it actually starts to become very similar atmospheres. But what you pick up on a company that you can't always pick up in a class is this company has a culture.
Yeah.
And it is often unspoken, but everyone's aware of it. And culture operates through shoulds, kind of subtle rules. And so you may pick up on a company culture that really says it's like lip service. Hey, mistakes happen. But if you live in a culture where you get in trouble for making a mistake, you get
Mhm.
the message that unless it's perfect, don't open your mouth. Danger, danger. So, what improv can do, because it's kind of happening out of the norm, it's a workshop where we're just experimenting. You start to feel a freedom that you maybe don't feel at work. which is, oh, this is stopping me from exactly what you're saying. I'm not able to think freely because I know I'll get zapped if it's not correct. And as we both know, mistakes are part of the process. We actually don't even call them mistakes. They're fuel to get somewhere new.
Yeah, it's just like how they created penicillin was a mistake.
It was?
Yeah, it was scientists, I'm going to totally butcher this, but it's scientists basically had in a petri dish, like somebody forgot to clean the petri dish overnight. And then like they showed up a week later and they're like, "Oh my God, this thing is amazing." It like maybe like the thing like killed the bacteria or something, and that's how they created penicillin.
I,
It was because like everybody would have thought it was a mistake,
yeah,
but it ended up being something really cool. And that's kind of like the awareness that we want to open up is it's not just like you said, it's not a mistake, it's an opportunity. Let's look at what can happen now because of this thing.
that's right. So we are always available to jump on a call. We, as you might be able to tell, nerd out on improv all the
Uh,
time. The best. We have a great team. We have tons of facilitators. We are happy to talk to you. You tell us what's going on in your company, and we can tell you all the ways that we can bring improv to you and get the needle moving.
yeah, get everybody feeling a little bit more confident in their creativity because everybody's got it in there.
Oh, yeah,
They're just shutting it down from another place, but we're gonna help you get that mojo going again.
that's right. All right. Thanks for watching.